lifting the lid on Ireland's housing crisis. It left this family homeless, forced to live with friends and relatives or in precarious short-term housing, the result of sky-high rents and a market geared against them.
The main challenge was people not wanting a single mother with 3 children because maybe single mothers are trouble, or why are they single? You know, I walked the streets a lot, and I often had just days where I just felt despair.
Charities have intervened where the government hasn't. The family now has a long-term home and a place to grow. This charity is inundated with desperate calls, some from entire families evicted from their homes.
You have children with you, do you?
A record number of babies are now being born into homelessness.
Currently we have nearly 4,000 children who are homeless. That includes nearly 2,000 families. It's a disgrace that there are so many children homeless, but it's just a reality of the homelessness crisis in Ireland at the moment.
Ireland was hit hard by the economic crash in 2008 and house building stalled. Since then, wages have increased, but rents and house prices have risen by a bigger margin. It's left an entire generation struggling to afford rents that are higher in Dublin than Tokyo, Sydney and Singapore. Meanwhile, house prices have soared and social housing is scarce. On the outskirts of Dublin, a new suburb's emerging from wasteland, built by an American property giant to attract large investors.
This is a 3-bed penthouse.
In a nearby development, this 3-bedroom apartment costs more than $3,000 a month, well beyond the reach of many.
We need something in the order of 35,000 houses a year. We're only delivering 25. So the main political parties at the moment are promising 40 and 60 and 80 and 100,000 units over the course of the next government. Whereas I think they perhaps might need to look and see how feasible those numbers are.
It is a critical issue in this year's election. All parties agree that rents need to be lower and there need to be more houses, but they can't agree on how much to intervene in the lucrative private market. The government of Prime Minister Leo Varadkar is having to account for its time in office. Opinion polls are predicting a shift away from the main centrist parties, Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil, who've wielded power for generations, towards left-wing Sinn Féin. During the conflict in Northern Ireland, the party was regarded as the political wing of the Republican paramilitary group, the IRA. It's put housing at the heart of its campaign. Charities are urging all politicians to find a robust solution to the housing crisis. The consequences of inaction are clear. More families denied the basic right of a secure place to live. Neave, Al Jazeera, Dublin.